Hello, everyone. My name is Victoria Radnothy with Pickleball.com, and I am so excited about this interview. I'm here today with Ruston Kelly, a musician, singer, songwriter who is about to release his fourth studio album titled Pale Through the Window, which has a very special song on the track list called Pickleball. So tell me, what's the backstory of writing the song called Pickleball? Were you on the court playing and suddenly had a melody pop into your head? What's the backstory here?
Oh, it's even better than that. Okay, so like the person that this whole, record is really about, our first date was on the pickleball court. And she's really good. I was like, what do you want to do? And she was like, why don't you meet me at the pickleball court? And like, let's play. Do you play? And I was like, oh, for sure I do. I had never played ever. And I show up and she had an extra paddle and just she completely obliterated me. Completely. That was my first experience with pickleball. And this also was in the heat of Nashville summer and a first date. So I was just like sweating bullets in more ways than one.
There was a lot of pressure on that date.
Yeah. Yeah, for real.
Well, I assume it must have went very well then.
It did. Yeah, no, it went good. I think it might have played in my favor that I was just really bad at it. Like, but was so frustrating because I was like, wait, I feel like I could be good at this. But like I'm also on a first date right now. So I was like overcompensating, like trying to be good at it. And then it made it like even worse. So hopefully it was a little endearing, I guess.
I'm sure it was.
Yeah.
So you had never played pickleball before.
Mm-mm.
Have you played since? Were you
Oh yeah.
traumatized or okay, so you're a fan now.
Yeah. No, and me and her play regularly now, and her members of her family and extended family play, her friends play. So it's like a regular part of life now.
Oh, that's so fun. And so I assume you're only getting better now. Is it more competitive between you two?
It is. But lately we've been trying to hone our skills as a team, and we're pretty good. Until like I played some people the other day that like I would assume that there could be professional level because it was like not even close. And I was like, dang, I thought I was like getting pretty good at this thing.
So the song Pickleball is definitely more of a love story, but you're not singing just about like serves and dinking. So why title it Pickleball?
Yeah, I think it's because that day playing pickleball like changed everything in my life going forward. Meeting her, I was also experiencing a lot of a creative dearth at the time, but the label had already greenlit budget for an album, and so I didn't have any songs written for this set album and I wasn't sure what the themes were going to be. And then, I show up to play pickleball a little bit on a whim, and that meeting her and like playing that like changed everything. And so I wanted to call the song Pickleball because really like the sport has and will always have now like such a special place in my heart because my life seemed to after that day drastically changed for the better. I was in the middle of recording Dirt Emo Volume 2 with my producer, and it was day one of recording, and I walk in and he's playing that riff that's in the beginning of the song, and I was like, well, yo, what is that? And me and her had just started playing pickleball like kind of regularly. We were only like a couple months into dating, and I was like, you know what? This song is called Pickleball. And he was like, yeah, it's called pickleball. And so I just wanted to write about that first experience of meeting her. And it all happened at, Margaret Maddox YMCA on the east side in Nashville.
And so, what was the writing process like? Was it, you immediately knew this was going to be the melody, this is, these are the verses, this is the chorus. How long did this take? Give me some insight into the songwriting part of this.
Yeah, when I met up with my producer that day and he was playing, a riff, while he was playing, I just went to the piano and I just like sang how I felt in the moment. You fill my soul with solid gold. I'm complete and I'm whole. Where you go, I'll go. And I was like, yeah, that's it. They don't all happen like that, by the way. Most of the time there's quite a bit of elbow grease involved with meeting the muse. But with pickleball, there was a very um there is a substantial meaning to it and a spiritual meaning, a relational meaning to it, but it also was kind of wrapped up because it was called pickleball and the production is kind of pop punk in a way. It was fun too. So that was a enjoyable experience to create a song that meant a lot, but that also just like if you're tapping your foot, you're just like having fun listening to it.
Right. And does the rest of your album kind of have a similar sound?
Um, Here and there, I mean, there's a lot of the themes kind of go through their appropriate channels of experience as I'm making, as I'm telling a story throughout the record. The record is very much a narrative, so it is from start to finish this like record of events that has occurred in my life, and pickleball towards the tail end. Like there was a lot to work through to get there. So yeah, there's some songs that do have that like fun, uplifting message, and then there's other songs that deal more with the grit of being a human being.
And so is Pickleball, was it the leading single or
It
was it?
was this is the first time in my career that like the radio team at the label was like, I don't know which song is like the first single. And they were fighting over Wayside and Pickleball. And we just thought, like, since Pickleball is a little bit of a different sound for me, that we would come out of the gate with something else. And then we would kind of slam them with Pickleball.
What was her reaction when you first shared that song with her?
Oh, well, okay. So she had this mentality of because she knew that I was working on a record and she was like, I want to save one song that I hear when I like buy the record or like when I hold the record in my hands. And I was like, I mean, it's gonna be a while before you hold like a physical product in your hands. I was like, how about like when we get all the masters back and we're about to release stuff? So she waited until the very end to hear pickleball because she knew like, the sport holding a special place, but also calling it that. She was just really excited to hear it. It's her favorite song on the record. And she kind of freaked out in a good way.
So was the reaction you wanted?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Definitely. Couldn't ask for a better reaction.
What's the reception been so far to this particular song?
It's been great. Honestly, like I know some people are a little confused as to why it's called pickleball, but like I think it fits the vibe of the song. It's been really cool to like Skechers like sent me and her because of the story, sent us all their pickleball gear, sent us shoes and balls and paddles. And bags and stuff and like being able like sitting here talking with you about it, it's kind of opened my world up a bit to a more like athletic posture that I'm trying to live up to. But because I started dating, she comes from a very active family, so it's like, all right, yeah. And my only like athletic history has been figure skating. So it's been a minute since I've been on the ice, but yeah, it's just been great. Like I threw the first pitch at the Nashville Sounds game, did the soccer ball thing at the Nashville Soccer Club game. I'm like, okay, I guess I'm a sports guy now, you know?
You're not just artistic.
Yeah, I think honestly, the song Pickleball, it opened all of those things up to where it's like Nashville Soccer Club was like, well, yeah, he plays a sport. Like, let's have him come and be a part of this sport.
Okay, but I have to go back to something you said. You were a figure skater before
Yeah,
this?
yes. Highly competitive, dude.
Really?
Yeah. I was in the Junior Olympics. I was a pair skater. And I skated doubles and it was just like throwing the girl around, and catching her and all of that. I trained like 8 hours a day for, let's see, I started when I was 8 and I stopped when I was 15. So 7 years. Like moved away from home to train with these like Olympic coaches. Like it was like I was very serious about it.
And
Very,
then
very
how did you go from junior Olympic figure skating to then being a singer-songwriter?
well. When I moved away from home, I didn't quite anticipate in my young brain of like really missing my family, really missing my friends. And my dad had for Christmas the year before I left gave me a guitar. And so I took it with me. And at the times where I was like really dealing with loneliness of being away, I started to just play guitar and like started writing songs immediately. I was probably 14. I was like, wait, I'm really passionate about this and I feel like I'm decent at it. And the figure skating world was just like a little too, it was a bit like Dance Moms, you know what I mean? It was a bit like that.
No doubt.
Not a vibe when you're up in it. It's great for, reality TV, but I just was like, you know what, that's just not me. I don't want to be up in this situation. So yeah, I went and played football for a little bit, attempted to play football. I enjoyed it, but music just kept coming back. Guitar just kept coming back. So,
Well, and there's definitely more longevity when it comes to being a musician and playing pickleball, both two activities you can literally do the rest of your life.
yes, yes.
So, you also filmed a music video for the song Pickleball. Where did this take place?
This took place at Centennial Sportsplex.
And so, what was the making of this music video like? You filmed it on a pickleball court. People were playing behind you. Did you get hit in the head? Like, I
I
have so many
did.
questions.
Yeah, I got hit in the head. There were a couple zingers. I basically recruited my girlfriend, her sister's husband, and then her roommate. And her roommate is very good at pickleball. And I was like, I just need some people that just like know what they're doing. And I just think it would be kind of almost Blink 182 type where it's like there's a slight undertone of humor to it. It's like, all right, you're on a pickleball court and there's literally people just like hitting back and forth. Yeah, I thought it would be fun.
I love it. I think it turned out great. Are you so proud of this? Is this one of your more memorable making of a music video experiences?
Yes, it was super, super fun. It was very hot out there, but we pretty much got the video in about an hour and a half, 2 hours. And because like, I've gotten close to her sister and like her family and her friends, they're just like really joyous people. They're just so stoked like to be there, to be part of it. And then we all went and got burgers after, sweating. Um, yeah, and then went and played pickleball the next day just for fun.
There you go.
Do it.
So, since you had a very important first date on a pickleball court, do you recommend that people need to play pickleball with their significant others?
I think, yeah, any competitive sport with your partner can be pretty telling about the status of your relationship, like your ability to be like, because she's really competitive. I'm also really competitive, and you know, it's been great to like be competitive with someone, but it's like still wrapped up in having fun and like, and when she's my partner, it's like she's still both of us competitive together like adds another element to it. It's like, whoa, yeah, we just like absolutely crushed them together.
It's powerful. It's a
Yeah, the
powerful feeling.
drive, the sweaty drive home and just like discussing like how good we were.
So some people, some like relationships, are like, ain't no way we could ever play together. We just fight, I roll my eyes, whatever. And
Yeah.
then other people make it work. What's your advice to those who maybe are wrestling, they're struggling a little bit more playing together?
I would say that if you do have a competitive spirit, that like beating your partner at all costs is probably not the move. You know what I mean? That like we're just having fun here. Let's also like there's no stakes. Like let's just enjoy. And you can still like, commune with a sense of competitiveness. That makes it fun, even more fun. My advice would be to laugh it off, you know? laugh with them, laugh it off, just enjoy the time.
And so, have you seen the pro pickleball players? Have they popped up on your feed? Have you
Yes.
been to a tournament?
I haven't been yet. I really want to go, but yeah, my feed is like inundated with professional pickleball players now. That's just like how the algorithm works.
Hmm.
And I'm like, damn, I'm like taking notes and stuff. I'm like calling my girlfriend and I'm like, yo, okay, you got to see this video. Like, we got to try it this way. We got to do this. So yeah, it's been fun to like want to get better at something that's like not music, that I just really enjoy playing. She said something the other day that I think is very apt for the sport. Because her uncle is like her uncle and aunt go to tournaments and stuff like that. And she was like, Uncle Johnny said to me that pickleball is a sport that it's kind of easy to be decent at, to be good at. It's very difficult to be great at it. And I was like, whoa, that's so true, which is a wonderful thing because there's an entry point for everybody. Because they're like, oh, I get this. We're just it. But like to be really, really good at it, it definitely takes dedication and practice.
No doubt about it. Well, I'm sure it also takes like a similar thing when you're writing music. You have to fine tune these skills, you have to kind of try different things out.
Yep. Yep. Very, very much so. It really applies to anything you want to be great
I
at.
do have one more question now that I'm thinking about it. I have seen lots of, especially country music artists, playing pickleball. Like they're like setting up taped courts
Yep. That's a
in the
big
middle of
thing.
their venues. Do
Yep.
you plan to do that when you go on tour?
That's 100%. Oh, it's so sick because you can just like you can put all the things that you need like on your bus, and then you've got so much downtime when you're on tour before sound check. And so, especially if you're playing bigger places that have a lot of space where your bus is parked, yeah, whip out the court, tape it off, have a tournament, kill a few hours.
Well, I
So
hope
yeah,
you
I'm
video the
definitely.
whole thing so we can see.
Yeah. Oh, you better believe. You better believe it.
And then you'll probably also be inspired and write like five more songs.
This next song's called Hockey.
Just gonna go through all the sports.
Yeah. This next song's called Cricket.
The more niche and specific, the better.
Yeah, exactly.
So, finally, when does the album come out and then where can people follow you?
Album comes out September 12th, and you can follow me in all the places, Instagram, TikTok. I don't really use Twitter that much, but Threads, YouTube, all of that, Google, whatever. I'm there. Spotify, Apple, Deezer, Tidal. Yeah, I'm on all the platforms. So just like type and I'm there.
That is all I have for you. So, thank you so much, Rustin, for chatting with me today. I really appreciate it. And I wish you nothing but success on tour and, of course, on the pickleball court, too.
Thank you very much. I'll talk to you soon.
Scan the QR codes on your screen to follow pickleball.com on Instagram or go straight to our website. Find a PPA tour stop near you to watch your favorite pickleball pros live and in person. And be sure to give Ruston Kelly's song, Pickleball, a listen. It's a genuine bop. Now, go plan a pickleball date. Bye!